everyone. Welcome back to the Talent Table with Elena and Christy. Today we're discussing data science careers and the future of AI. Joining us today are Jeff Rambole and Megan Lutz. Jeff is a data and analytics leader and Megan is a senior data scientist. Welcome to the Talent Table.
Thank you.
Yay, thanks for inviting us.
Welcome. Well, let's get right into it, Megan. Data science is a really in-demand career right now. Really excited to hear a little bit more about your background experience and how kind of a little bit more about your career journey becoming a senior data scientist.
Yeah, of course. So I'm actually going to work my way backwards. Right now at State Farm, I lead the Magnet internship program here in Athens, Georgia. And as in that role, that involves mentoring graduate interns and helping them bridge the statistical and mathematical theory that they get in their classes with applied data science projects that we have here at State Farm. In addition to that, the team that I'm on develops training materials for data scientists and other advanced analytics practitioners within the enterprise. So to get here, prior to joining State Farm, I taught statistics at a university, and I did that for about 5 years. So to be successful in my current role, I've had to really rely on the previous communications and teaching skills that I had, but really honed them to the individual rather than the classroom level. Since I've joined here, I've developed proficiency in Python. I really had to rehash my SAS and other programming skills. And I've also really expanded my machine learning toolkit far beyond the generalized linear models that I had been teaching with toy data in the classroom.
Thanks, Megan. I really appreciate that. And the touching on the communication skills, I think that's a really important component for someone that's looking to break into data science. But I'd like to pivot to Jeff now. Jeff, can you talk about what the essential experiences and skills are that make a candidate competitive for career opportunities within the data science field today? And then tell us a little bit about what data science looks like at State Farm.
Sure. So at one time, there was an expectation that a data scientist was a full stack end-to-end unicorn. However, the last couple of years, that landscape of the data science space has changed. The art of data science, as I like to call it, now includes specialty roles like a data engineer, the data scientists themselves, and machine learning engineer. At State Farm, these three roles work together to drive out our advanced analytic solutions. And then some of the key characteristics that we look for in that data scientist role includes things like expertise with machine learning algorithms, an understanding of how these machine learning algorithms can then be used to solve real-world business problems, and then a familiarity with the data prep processes to help ensure the algorithms themselves are able to extract as much meaningful information from the data. Now, insurance, as many know, is a highly regulated environment. It's also very important to point out that due to the nature of the work, it's also helpful to understand the statistical assumptions that feed into these machine learning algorithms, as oftentimes we have to think about that for the solution at hand.
Awesome. Well, good. Sounds like exciting work is happening at State Farm in data science. So another question for you, Jeff. Any advice for people that are looking to transition into a data science role? And then also, how can applicants best illustrate their skills and experiences on their resumes?
Yeah, great question, Elena. A lot of practitioners start out by getting their hands on project work through websites like Kaggle. These sites have a lot of data sets available. They also have a wealth of information within the forums themselves to help people understand what the solution looks like and what it's doing. For me, I think that's great pseudo work. It's helping build an individual's coding skills, and it's helping also build their data science acumen when you look at that whole website in total. My word of caution, though, would be to invest time understanding the why behind the tools, specific to the solution that you're trying to build. For example, why did I standardize my data, and what are the impacts that standardizing the data have on the solution that I'm building? Now, across the industry, we see so many aspiring data scientists fall into the trap of just mimicking the code that they see on these websites, but never really understanding the mechanics behind the solution. This lack of understanding makes it difficult then for them to transfer their learned skills from these small pseudo projects to real-world problems with messy data. So if someone is aspiring to be a data scientist, I would start there. But again, just keep asking why and try to figure out why these techniques are being used to help solve the final business problem. Now, to answer your second question, Elena, what are we looking for on resumes, or how do you showcase this work on resumes? For me, when it comes to thinking about what you put on your resume, advertise what you know and advertise it well. The alternative approach to this is just listing a whole bunch of key terms that are related to data science work that make your resume seem like buzzword bingo, and that is not desired. With me, specifically, keeping with the former approach where you're advertising what you know well, it allows you to speak confidently about all the topics on your resume when it comes to interview time, and it creates a positive impression on when the interviewer is asking you about your resume too. Interviewers don't expect candidates to know everything about data science. It's far too vast to know that. But if your resume states that you know it, we hope you can showcase your knowledge on it.
That's great. Thanks so much, Jeff. I appreciate that. Now let's move on to the infamous topic of AI technology and the future of data science. How is AI impacting the world of data science from your perspective? And what do you think are going to be those skills and education fields that are needed for the near future?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question, Christy. So one salient example we have for how AI is impacting data science is in semi-supervised learning. So for example, in the field of computer vision, we have this task of having to fully label the images in a training data set. But this can be incredibly time-consuming for data scientists. And that can be compounded by the fact that for computer vision models, we need a huge number of images. But with semi-supervised learning or self-learning, the training data set may only need a small but representative number of labeled images, and the remaining images labels can be learned using an algorithm. And so in this case, AI is actually helping the data scientists get that job done so that they can actually proceed then with the model. So that's what actually makes the semi-supervised learning so exciting. So this approach to data labeling can really add efficiencies to this computer vision modeling process. And then, so in this near future, so to kind of answer to your other question, like a lot of the skills that data scientists need are going to look really similar to those we rely on today. So what Jeff mentioned earlier, really understanding what we're doing in terms of statistics and computing, but we're also going to have to continue to expand on our toolkit, like such as including cloud-based technologies, and to really be able to leverage those technologies' capabilities when we're implementing machine learning and AI solutions. But what's not going to change is that we're going to have to continue to maintain our curiosity and be willing to explore new methods and other techniques and technologies as they continue to emerge.
Awesome. So Megan, what you're saying is that we're not in the age of iRobot quite yet.
No, not nearly there yet.
Okay. All right. So we got time, people. They're not taking over quite yet, but it can help you in your data science careers. You can study AI. But that is it. Just want to thank Megan and Jeff for stopping by. I am sure this conversation today was extremely helpful to those interested in a data science career. And guess what? State Farm is hiring data scientists. So we are going to put those links down in the comments so you can explore those opportunities. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Great. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.